So, in this video, this is a rebuttal to all the people who think President Trump was an actual pedophile. This is a rebuttal. President Trump is not a pedophile. Yes, he's attracted to younger women when he was single, when he was going through a divorce. Yes, he's attracted to younger women just like most men are. President Trump never killed babies for adrenochrome. He never did satanic ritual abuse to any children. Yes, he's seen in pictures with teenage women. Those pictures were purposely, those pictures and video of him with the teenage women, those were intentionally made because he wanted to fit in the pedophile world. He wasn't on Epstein Island. He knew Epstein was a horrible person. That's why Epstein got banned from Mar-a-Lago. President Trump is the greatest undercover infiltrator that ever lived on the planet as far as when it comes to infiltrating the pedophile scene. And when he was on the show The Apprentice, that was also an undercover operation to weed out the pedophiles in Hollywood who were drinking the adrenochrome, and they were killing babies for blood to get the adrenochrome to do satanic ritual abuse. President Trump is not like that. He is not one of those sick pedophiles that is guilty of satanic ritual abuse. He has never did that. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret about President Trump. He was molested as a child by a fake Jew from the synagogues of Satan. He doesn't stand with Israel. All of it is just a big movie being played out, and he is executing the art of war, and he has fooled hundreds, thousands, million of people when it comes to the Israel thing. And I'm going to tell you one of the number one reasons why I know President Trump is not a pedophile, and he's never killed babies for adrenochrome. He's never done satanic ritual abuse to any child. And I'm going to tell you how I know. My mother, Mildred Stratton, was in the deep state. My mother was a handler of MK Ultra. She was what you would call a deep state witch. She actually worked for George Soros. She did. She knew George Soros. My mom knew she was a member of the Jewish mafia, and she infiltrated the Italian mafia by marrying an Italian husband, her first marriage. And then with my father, who was Native American, Jamaican ancestry, and Moorish, Cherokee, and Lenape, Native American. She infiltrated my father's family because my father came from the most upcoming and one of the most influential Black families in America, the Stratton family. Okay, the Stratton family in Doylestown was one of the first documented Black, however you want to say Black, African American, however you want to say it. My family, the Stratton family, is one of the first documented Black families in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and they were very influential. My grandfather, Sidney Savoy Stratton, Grayson Stratton, Sidney Savoy, he worked for John Watermaker. He was a Black golfer and a Black tennis player. My mom infiltrated and was sent in by COINTEL to try to be a handler over my father and to spy. And there's way more to this, and I have made videos about this before, and it was shut down on my other channel, and videos were removed on my Red Dawn and my original channel and on my Facebook. But I'm going to tell you why I know for sure President Trump is not a pedophile, as far as you people that are saying, as far as it goes, as far as him being, you people think he's really, really one of the bad guys and you think he's covering up. No. He was molested as a child, okay? He's never going to come out and admit that to the public. He doesn't even he doesn't like Netanyahu. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why I know President Trump was not and is not a full-blown pedophile. He is not guilty of satanic ritual abuse. Sure, he had a thing for younger women, like all you men have, okay? But my mother worked for the deep state, okay? And my mother was a Democrat on the George Soros payroll. She even was considered kind of like a CIA asset. She was a handler and groomer. She knew how to do MK Ultra beta sex kidding mind programming. She was a witch. She went to Haiti. She did rituals in Haiti. She may have even had an offshore account in the Bahamas. My mom knew Hillary Clinton. And this is how I know President Trump is not the pedophile that you all are making him out to be. Because my mother would talk about how much she hated President Trump. Even before he became president, my mom would be like, I hate him. I hope he dies. My mom would say the most horrible stuff. And then when President Trump became president, she would talk about how much she hated his guts, and she would scream at the TV, and she would say she doesn't like the things that he's doing, okay? If he was really a full-blown pedophile, like many of you people think, and if he was guilty of satanic ritual abuse, my mother would not have hated him as much as she did. Straight up. He was not part of the satanic ritual abuse that my mother was part of, and Hillary Clinton and all those other people on the list. My mother knew Hillary Clinton. She met with her in Harlem when Nelson Mandela had the parade. My mom was in the mafia, but she was like a spy. She was associated with the Zionist people and the Marxist people, and she was like a spy and a handler. Me growing up, I went through all types of stuff and I was abused. I'm not going to totally go all into that right now, but if President Trump was really the pedophile that many of you people are making him out to be, my mother would not have hated him so much. She would have been praising him the way she praised the Clintons. Y'all people, a lot of y'all don't have a clue. Y'all don't have a clue what's really going on. And I'm going to come back with more intel, but right now I'm in bed and I'm kind of tired. But I wanted to drop this rebuttal video, and it goes out to the Angry Prepper channel. Jason, this one's for you. And then the people in the comment section,